Almost every day, we use sodium salt when we cook, but we doesn't know the benefits, so let's find out the benefits on it. Benefits of a low sodium salt. 1. Helps prevent and risk of heart disease. 2. Helps prevent stroke and kidney disease. 3. Helps in recovery from heart disease and stroke. 4. Can reduce the effects of diabetes and cirrhosis. 5. Can help prevent brain damage. Life would be pretty bland without salt. Not only is this crystal one of the most universal ingredients in food, it also plays a key role in health. Even if a lot of what you hear about salt is negative, learn more about this mineral, its history, health benefits, and why so many people crave it, and you just may start enjoying salt more on every level. What is salt and where does it come from? Salt, or sodium chloride, is a mineral of great importance to human health. Most of the salt people consume comes from evaporated seawater or is mined from deep within the earth. To some people, salt is nothing more than an ingredient in their favorite dishes, but salt doesn't only add flavor to foods. The body needs some salt, and it plays an important role in preserving food, since bacteria can't live in a high salt environment. Plus, salting foods such as meat and fish to preserve it draws water out, removing water as a source of nutrients for microbes and keeping it fresh for longer. According to the book Salt in the Earth, you might use the terms sodium and salt interchangeably, but there are differences between the two. Sodium is one of the elements that makes up salt. Salt is a natural mineral composed of two elements, sodium and chloride. Salt is about 40% sodium and 60% chloride, reports the Harvard School of Public Health. What are the different types of salt? There are several different kinds of salt, each with slightly varying sodium levels and uses. 1. Iodized, or table salt, is the most common type of salt. According to Mayo Clinic, it has smaller crystals, which give it a stronger flavor than other types of salt. Table salt may also contain anti-caking agents, such as calcium silicate, to prevent clumping. 2. Kosher salt comes in flakes or grains, and is named for its use in preparing kosher foods. According to the Harvard School of Public Health, kosher salt usually has bigger crystals, which results in it having less sodium by volume than table salt. 3. Sea salt is made by evaporating seawater, leaving behind the salt. It may also contain trace minerals. According to Mayo Clinic, its sodium levels are comparable to table salt. 4. Specialty salts include Himalayan pink salt, red salt, black salt, smoked salt, and others. These salts may be harvested from certain geographic areas or have other ingredients added to them. Health benefits. Why we need salt in our diet, but not too much. It's a good idea to keep an eye on the amount of salt in your diet, as recommended by the Dietary Guidelines for Americans. People age 14 and over should consume no more than 2,300 milligrams per day. But don't avoid salt entirely, as this mineral plays an important role in how your body functions. You need at least 500 milligrams of sodium, a little less than 1/4 teaspoon per day. According to the American Heart Association, the sodium levels in your blood are too low, a condition called hyponatremia. It could be dangerous. Here's a look at why you need salt in your diet. 1. To help your thyroid function properly. Your thyroid plays an important role in metabolism, but for your thyroid to work properly, your body needs the mineral iodine, which is found in many foods. According to the National Institutes of Health (NIH), iodine deficiency prevents your body from producing enough of the thyroid hormone. Symptoms of a deficiency include an enlarged thyroid, constipation, difficulty thinking, fatigue, and sensitivity to cold. Because iodine is also added to many salts, they are labeled iodized, having some Iodized salt in your diet can help your thyroid function properly. According to the Harvard School of Public Health, to stay hydrated, sodium also promotes healthy hydration levels and electrolyte balance, which is necessary for your body to function properly. Your cells, muscles, and tissues need water, and salt helps these parts of your body maintain the right amount of fluid. According to Mayo Clinic, a diet that is too low in sodium may increase the risk for dehydration. What are the health risks of eating too much salt? Now that you know how salt can help you, here's a look at how too much salt can hurt you. Short-term effects: when you consume too much salt, you may see some effects relatively quickly. Increased water retention: if you eat too much salt, your kidneys may not be able to filter excess sodium from your bloodstream. Sodium builds up in your system, and your body holds onto extra water in an attempt to dilute the sodium. According to research published in Nutrients in September 2019, this can cause water retention and bloating. High blood pressure: excessive salt can cause a temporary increase in blood pressure in some people, according to an article published in September 2020 in Pediatric Nephrology. Thirst: a meal that's high in salt can leave you feeling thirsty later in the day, since your body wants to correct the imbalance between your water and sodium levels, reported the Pediatric Nephrology study. Long-term effects: eating a high-salt diet over a long period of time can put you at risk for certain health conditions. Elevated cardiovascular health risk: excessive sodium consumption has been shown to increase blood pressure, which in turn raises the risk for heart disease and stroke. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC), the risk for heart disease is higher when a high-sodium diet is accompanied by a low-potassium diet, according to the Harvard School of Public Health. That's because potassium helps excrete sodium from your body and help to relax blood vessels. Higher risk of osteoporosis: more salt you eat, the more calcium your body loses through urination. And unfortunately, if you don't have enough calcium in your diet, the body will take it from your bones, increasing the risk for problems like osteoporosis, reports the Harvard School of Public Health. Potential increased risk for stomach cancer: there's also evidence suggesting that a high-salt diet increases the risk for stomach cancer. According to research published in March 2022 in the World Journal of Gastroenterology, be mindful of natural sources of sodium. Meat, dairy products, bread, and shellfish all contain sodium, so be sure to regulate your intake of these foods if you're watching your salt intake. Breads, pastries, and baked goods are among the richest sources of sodium. Taub Dix says, mostly restaurants prepared food. It drives me crazy on food shows where they're adding salt to dishes as if they're feeding chickens on a farm. Prepare your own food. Restaurant items contain higher amounts of sodium to keep the food fresh and add flavor. Salt is one of the cheapest ingredients added to food, and it gives a tremendous amount of flavor. Cook your own food to control the sodium before eating out. Check a restaurant's nutritional menu online to find low sodium selections. Be mindful of natural sources of sodium. Meat, dairy products, bread, and shellfish all contain sodium, so be sure to regulate your intake of these foods if you're watching your salt intake. This is the reason most of the consumers are high in blood pressure, because not aware of salt. If you like the content that could benefit to others, please support this channel. Subscribe, like, share, and comment so that we could make another topic so that we could remind others. This way to avoid sick. Loving others is not only by giving money, but remind also for the best.